Oh yes, what's the time now? 4:51, and I fell asleep again. Last night I dreamt a dreadful dream beyond the sea of sky. I dreamt a dead man won the war. I fear that man was I. And that's the story of, it's attributed to a chap whose body was used. He died of, I think, probably pleurisy, something that looked like drowning. So they used his body to pretend he was carrying information about the D-Day landing, as though it was going to be on northern coast of France. And that the Germans might think that we were attacking in the wrong place and divert their resources there. I think it's the case that Rommel, who was in charge of defence of the Western Front for Germany, was anxious that the war was indeed finishing anyway. The end was inevitable, the might of America, and that it was far better to fall into the hands of the Americans than the Russians, the communists. So he very conveniently diverted 3 of his panzer divisions to Calais, so that the British and the Americans, the Allies, could land reasonably safely. That's, as I understand it, may well have been the case. It's irrelevant, of course. The body was delivered near to the right currents of the water off the coast of France and washed up, and the underground resistance made sure the Germans found it with the briefcase and the details of the landing, false landing. And the poem, well, it went with the film. Last night I dreamt a dreadful dream beyond the sea of sky. I dreamt a dead man won the war. I fear that man was I. So I say I've just woken from, of course, another dream. In the dream I was at a coffee morning. As usual, I was in ministry in my mind, caring for those that were there, mixture of old folk, and I came across a man I found that after a while of talking to him, he'd lost his wife. I don't mean she'd died, I mean she actually left him. Well, Marshall's heart went out to him, of course, as you can imagine, given Marshall's little stay here in this world. And some following experience, an old lady came in and came over to me. And I buried my head in, you could say, her bosom, close to her. She was in some sense a mother figure by the grace of God. In a dream, it's all dream, you understand. This whole existence is dream. And I wept. I wept and wept. I knew she was my consolation, kindly soul. And I wept. And now I seem to be awake. Well, we awake from one dream to another, and I shall not return to this dream that I called awake. But it was worthwhile being here, because I've come to know God. Well, you could say you knew God already. You were in heaven, Marshall. You said you came from heaven. Of course, yeah. But I didn't know God. And I needed to experience this transitory state of good and bad, gain and loss, that I might truly value God, our Heavenly Dad. And sadly, or joyfully, depends how you look at it, it's the same coin, two sides. You are here for the same reason. Don't be dismayed at the tragedies and losses that you experience. Be of good cheer, as Jesus says, for I have overcome the world. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. World behind me. Well, then it's Christian doctrine, the cross before me. The cross was a pre-Christian symbol, of course not. It's something the Christians borrowed, or the religion borrowed anyway. It symbolizes the horizontal, the horizon, and God coming down vertically from heaven into man. Actually, it's us coming down from heaven into this world that we experience. This world of the transitory. And know God in a way eternally sure for our life eternal that we have already. But that we truly value it and understand it as He understands. And it is our story, our travel here, our stay, and our return. It is our uniqueness in the heavenly realm for eternity, that we may all truly rejoice together in the goodness of our Dad forever. Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad, for blessing us. Thank you, Dad. To worship you I live, to worship you I live, I live to worship you. To worship you I live, to worship you I live, I live to worship you. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. To worship you I live, to worship you I live, I live to worship you. To worship you I live, to worship you I live, I live to worship you. Thank you, Heavenly